Hi, I'm Joshua. I work in rehabilitation and reintegration programs, and this is my presentation over digital learning in prison. In this presentation, I will cover approaches to deliver content, the strengths and weaknesses of each approach, and how I can use these approaches. The first approach I want to discuss is using devices with internet access. This is our computers, our laptops, our kiosks, and the new trend, the tablet. San Francisco and Ohio corrections are using 7-inch Android-based lockdown tablets in a clear, bulletproof case. This enabled us to use flipped classroom models with Khan Academy videos and digitized substance abuse programming. This all started through a collaborative effort between the prisons, educational institutions, and mobile device vendors. The second approach is using servers with restricted or no access. In that first method, we have isolated local servers. This is a method of moving the content to a facility's LAN, a local area network. You can use telephone lines, Ethernet, cables, or sometimes developers will install an offline version of a learning management system and then install content with a DVD. Point-to-point secure lines is simply internet through a server provided by a vendor. This is great because students then have access to online resources and real-time discussion. The third method is restricted internet connection. In this method, we take separated proxy servers with firewalls and allow students to access restricted internet, while the staff has access to full internet. So the state enters into a contract with the device vendors, and the way that the business model works is that the third-party vendor actually profits off the content that is bought. So that's how it's sustaining. It is a huge benefit, but of course it has to sustain or it won't last. The other option is that it comes out of the state's expense for their educational budgets, and since that's already an issue, those are some kind of the weak points. It's all financial. The strong points of tablets are access to your family. You're able to purchase music, purchase games, movies, access to education. Because you have all the stimulation and it's a personal device, it gives you some kind of solitude during lockdown and keeps you occupied to where you're not getting into conflicts with other inmates or even the guards. Weak points are because they are able to purchase this content costs them money or it costs their family money. So it's either coming out of their wages from the work that they're doing while they're incarcerated, or it's coming out of their commissary which their family provides. The strength in using an isolated local server with a local area network is security, because there's no access to the internet. However, the weakness is without access to the internet, the content has to consistently be uploaded and you have limited resources. Point to point sounds great until it comes down to the money. So with point to point, you have access to online resources. You have real-time discussion for courses. You have data for instructional support. It's secure, but expensive. The strength to restricted internet is that students have access to online instruction, courses, and resources, where the weakness is that it's not 100% secure. Since I've started researching the different approaches to deliver content, I've restricted the access in our rehabilitation facility by providing a PC to the residents that they can use. I've ran a Cat5 from the router to the PC, logged into Khan Academy, downloaded an add-on that allows me to make a whitelist, block out all other sites except for the 5 or 6 approved educational sites, and it gives them access to the internet without putting them in a compromising situation. At our reintegration facility, I had to use an isolated local server and a local area network to download, uh, first of all, Google Chrome browser. With that, Colibri, which is a learning management system, much like Canvas, which runs the Khan Academy content. I've downloaded all that onto a hard drive. It has the Khan Academy content, the Calibri learning management system, the Google web browser, and so without any internet, I can go to a computer, plug it in, and set them up for offline learning. Another application I would use that in is in a mission setting, to where if we were going to Peru or Africa, we had these laptops. I would already have them set up and ready to go to give out so that they could learn offline because there'd be a weak internet signal. Khan Academy also makes it to where you can download all the content in their language. So thinking ahead on that, I would do it in their language, set up for offline, and hopefully impact their lives. Another use of technology in the settings that I'm in is using virtual reality in education and training. Uh, it's to the point to where you can just put your phone in a headset and run a video that's set up for 360, and you can get an experience, and that's a vocational experience. That can be a rehabilitative experience. So there's so much that you can do with technology. And in knowing that education and rehabilitative programs reduce recidivism by providing the skills and qualifications that they're going to need for reintegration, having that knowledge, we can provide the access to educational programs in prisons and other remote restricted facilities through several approaches using technology.